Well, Tyler Farrar, actually, what I wanted to start off with is that, this time last year you were frustrated you didn't make the tour team, and I remember talking to you and you said it's time I start doing some grand tours. This year you've done the Giro and now the Tour, so your first season of Grand Tours involves the two biggest races in the sport. Let's start with the Giro. It seemed like it was a pretty good race for you.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I guess I got my wish this year. The Giro went great. It was kind of something we weren't really planning until I got hurt in Milan-San Remo, and I ended up missing the whole classic season, so we kind of reassessed and said, well, okay, I'm taking a big break now in April when I thought I'd be, full gas, so this gives me time to build back up and be ready for the Giro. And it worked out really well in the end that I kind of took my break, built up, and hit the Giro in really good shape, and it went well.
If you were to grade this season up to this point, and on the one hand you take a win ahead of Cavendish at Tirreno, on the other hand, injury at Milan-San Remo, missed the classics. On the first hand, very strong Giro and you're racing the Tour. How do you feel about your season thus far?
So far the season, other than missing the classics, has been perfect. It's it's been a really successful season. I think I've won 3 races now this year and been second place something ridiculous like 8 times or something. So no, it's been a good year. And like I said, Tirreno was great. It was a really good Giro for me, and hopefully we can kind of keep that rolling through the Tour here.
Yeah, well, it's no secret you were knocking on the door at the Giro. It's also no secret Mark Cavendish is the big favorite for the sprints. You went head-to-head against him several times at the Giro, weren't able to do it. What can you do differently here at the Tour de France?
I think the Giro was a bit of a learning experience because, just watching the way his team did the lead-outs, and, we've had to kind of look at it and say, okay, we need to be more proactive and not just let them dictate the sprint. We need to take charge a little bit more. So I think that's what we're going to try to do here at the Tour is kind of worry actually less about Cavendish and what Colombia is doing, and say no, we're gonna just prepare the sprint the way we think we need to do it, and try and play it our way.
Obviously, nothing in pro racing it goes exactly according to plan, but walk me through the Garmin Slipstream lead-out train. Perfect lead-out for you.
Yeah, we have a lot of really fast guys here who can really, put it down when they have to. You look at Dave Miller, Brad Wiggins are both guys that can go really quick in the closing kilometers. And then we have now, because of Dan Martin's injury, we have Martin Mascant here, who can also go really well. And then, of course, the last man is Julian, who kind of pilots me through to the end.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about the relationship with you and Julian. I mean, he's been a top sprinter himself, more of a career as a lead-out man, Tor Hushov's lead-out man. What have you learned from him, and how do you two work together?
Yeah, Julian and I hadn't really raced together very much before this year, so it's been a bit of a getting to know each other process this year, but it's been going well. I think we're starting to click more and more, and I mean, he has so much experience that it is really great for me to have a rider like that who I can really put my confidence in and trust that he'll put me where I need to be.
You're a guy who's won a few prologues and done well in short time trials in your career. Interesting time trial tomorrow, 15K, a bit of a climb. Maybe not something for a pure sprinter, but definitely a powerful rider. People are looking to Cancellara. How do you think you're going to go tomorrow?
To be honest, after riding the course, I'm not super optimistic. I think it's going to be really a course for the GC guys, and okay, maybe someone like Cancellara, but he also just won the overall at Tour of Swiss. I mean, he can go uphill when he wants to. I think it's going to be a pretty hard climb for any of the sprinters to stay close enough to the front to kind of challenge for the yellow jersey or something. Will be difficult this year with a 7K climb in the time trial.
Beyond the team time trial, you've got the sprint stage. Is that going to be the main focus for the team after the team time trial? Is trying to get you to the front for the sprints?
Yeah, I mean, I think in the first week we'll put a lot of effort into the field sprints. Also, possibly the second week, but we're also here with Christian, who was 4th place overall last year. So we have a pretty serious GC contender. So we'll take the sprint seriously, and for me, those are a huge priority. But we're not going to put all our eggs in one basket when we have guys that could maybe win the overall.
Yeah. Last question. You used to live in Monaco. What's it like for you to start your first Tour de France in a city that you've actually lived in?
It's kind of fun. I haven't been here since I moved out, so it was cool just to come back, kind of see my old apartment, see the roads I used to train on, and you know, Monaco's a pretty spectacular venue to start the race in, so it's going to be cool.
All right. Well, good luck. Thanks.
All right, thanks a lot.